So I just got done reading this Melon's passive, and my oh my, is that something to read through, and goddamn does this skin just look so insanely good. Starting off with some really nice card draw for us as well. Let's see here, we have I think this is her Dissolve card, so we'll definitely want to start off with that. Yeah, we'll go 1, I think we might go 2 and then 3, see how much damage we can get off here, but with the summoning of this Melon and a whole bunch of extra really nice dupes from my box, honestly, if you guys haven't seen the summon video, would highly recommend. Definitely some of my best luck as of recent, because if you guys watch the channel, you will know how insanely bad my luck is on this game, but for some turn 1 damage, especially against the Barn team being type disadvantaged, that is crazy, crazy good. And in this next turn, we should be able to fully proc her passive at getting the full magic explosion effect out. She seems like a really fun character, and I'm really glad to be using all of these unknown characters in a sense where they're probably a bit more powerful than they were before, because just having the Ekina release is super fun. Unfortunately, Reinhardt being as insanely dominant as he is in PvP at the moment, we're going to be losing her, and we got almost a full hand of Ekina cards. That is so unfortunate. Let's see here, what kind of... Surely not just entirely Ludo cards? God damn, man. We'll go 1, 2, and then 3. We'll use the Rupture card first, that way we can kind of eat up the evasion there on Reinhardt. We get the stun, very nice, and then we can kill off the Barn there. Perfect. I mean, having him stunned is absolutely amazing. We still kind of have to go through the Nameless Dance card and the Twiggo stance, which can definitely be annoying. Although we can get Merlin and Ludo ult next turn. As long as he can't DPS through our Merlin, in one turn we should be fine here. Although in saying that, he's going to get to build up a lot of cards just waiting out this turn. And even Arthur Charge card is doing quite a bit of damage. That's not what we want to see. Unfortunately, even though I say these summons went absolutely amazing, if we were attacking the Nameless Dance, we won't get the ultimate. That's harsh. Let's see. I think I might just play it like this. I really want to get the ultimate off right off the bat. If we end up losing to the Barn team, that's no biggie. But we did only end up getting the 1 copy of Merlin, but the amount of Tarmiels and Freys and other characters that I really, really needed to get dupes in that we got was perfect. Could not have asked for more. Are we really about to lose Merlin in 1? Yeah, you see, that's not a good look for Merlin. Oh god. But hey, I mean, if we start off the video losing to a Barn team, that's just going to be the way it is. I previously recorded a video showing off the Brunhilde team, a very strong team, probably one of the better teams, especially in top 100, where if you have your defending team using the CC food, you can get a lot of benefits and a lot of free wins with that team, especially with the Ragnarok the Unholy Relic. That thing is insanely powerful. I pretty much used the video because I ended up facing, I think it was 6 Barn teams, and only won to 1 of them, which was absolutely terrible, but yeah, just pretty much shared my opinion on the Barn team, and I absolutely hate having to deal with this thing. I'm not going to really skip any matches unless I know there's something terrible that happens in one of them, or maybe just someone ends up just attack disable spamming me throughout the whole game, but I don't know, man. The Barn team, you'll see we will face a whole lot of it in this video, and Reinhardt is just far too powerful. It's so hard to find teams that can actually beat him, and that's why I'm kind of disappointed this Merlin is green. I was really hoping we'd get a really strong blue type Merlin. Yeah, I can have taken quite a bit there. Let's see, we should be able to finish it off. We'll go 1, 2, and get the Merlin ult. We can kind of finish this game with our ultimate, but it's kind of insane that the Arthur Holy Relic also cleanses, so it doesn't really matter if we put any infects, anything like that on him. I probably should have gone ahead and used the... Oh, the Reinhardt's immortal anyway, so we can kind of see the damage. I mean, to have a passive like that, it is an insanely fun unit. I didn't think about how strong he would be after the collab as well. God damn. And I'm not too sure, I haven't fully paid attention, or I try not to pay an awful lot of attention to Reinhardt when I'm versing him, but are you able to get back-to-back of the same passive? Because if that's the case, being able to get immortality more than 2 turns in a row would be far, far too broken. And then second match, and we can finally see this Merlin's ultimate. I haven't actually gone ahead and seen the ultimate prior to this, so this will be a first glance. I suppose we'll just go ahead and do this afterwards. Really hoping as well, don't get me wrong, I love Ludo, but using him on a team, you can end up getting a lot of his cards, and very, very short ultimate. I was expecting just a little bit more there. And actually coming up against something that isn't the Barn team. Oh, do we have the... Oh, I'm guessing not by the headpiece he's wearing. Surely we get the Sariel headpiece for his final boss cosmetics sometime within the next coming days, because I'm actually really excited to go ahead and try the red Sariel again. It's been ages since I've used him. He's been completely overthrown by the green Sariel, of course. That is a lot of damage, especially... Man, if only she was blue. To be having that type advantage against the Barn team, I can easily see her being super broken. Unfortunately, a lot of the unknown team though is built up of attack crit units. I suppose you could definitely chuck the Rimuru if you're wanting to use them on HP defense, but I feel like this Merlin's going to be a lot better with Echidna than she is with the Rimuru. I do also have a 6/6 Tarmiel now, so I'm not too sure whether or not I should put the Tarmiel maybe on an Echidna, because a lot of people seem to be going for a right off the bat. And into the Ludo. I mean, this Merlin has some godly animations as well. Unfortunately, the block effect is on us. I mean, I could just take this turn to kind of go for this one here. But yeah, let me know by all means what kind of teams you guys would like to see me use this Merlin with, because there's definitely a couple out there. Who was our last unit that released? Trying to think. Why am I having such a moment? Was it all the Zero rerun characters? Surely not. I swear there's been a unit in between that. That's right. We did of course end up getting the strongest demon goddess Chandler, and I don't know, I definitely do prefer the older Chandler, especially with his Holy Relic, and that's been the main team I've been using in top 100. Absolutely loving that unit. I think he was the first character with a stance that I actually ended up enjoying out of all of the stance characters, because for a hot minute I didn't end up liking any of them. The whole having to put up your stance each and every turn to kind of get that counter, whereas, you know, the characters that you can easily get the 2 turns for, you can kind of throw it up and not worry about it for a little bit. The Grace actually ended up saving this there, I believe. If you have the red Tarmiel Grace on Arthur, or even the blue Tarmiel Grace, and he ends up healing, that can actually stop you from getting the Holy Relic effect, because that heal will actually apply beforehand, and then you can be out of that threshold. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking I'm going to put red Tarmiel on her, because that would have been so much HP healed. I still don't think she would have been able to tank the second hit of Reinhardt there, but man, a whole hand there gone. Let's see. I mean, he does have the death effect on him there. We can definitely get rid of Barn though. Just look at all these Ludo cards. What are we seeing right now? We'll go for that. That'll guarantee us the kill on Barn. Also get everyone else super low. Oh, perfect. We didn't end up proccing the Holy Relic on Arthur. Please go for... Oh, no. I was really hoping he'd end up going for Reinhardt there. That would have been the perfect way to have that turn go. You know the Reinhardt has a crazy amount of cards, and still no more cards for Merlin. I mean, we don't really need the barrier. I can imagine the block effect will stop that barrier. Let's see. I mean, it isn't in blue text, which is usually what it means when it does the kind of block thing. And he has the ultimate for Reinhardt. I think we've lost this one here. We'll go for this and see what we can do. The Ludo is of course 6 out of 6, but he has an HP defense set, so I'm not expecting a crazy amount of damage from him there. Look, the Barn team is so goddamn hard to beat at this point. I'm gonna quickly change up to the red Tarmiel, see what we can do. And our first demon team of the video, gonna end up getting the OCC. It's good to see that Chandler doesn't have his relic. Since we do have a lot of type advantage throughout the field here, wondering if we can just one-turn him. The assault melee is always scary because we end up attacking into him a bunch, we'll get a whole lot of debuffs on us, but I don't think, especially if we end up losing the other two, he'll only have 2 turns. That is what we like to see. Yo, Estarossa tanking that really well. Oh, I take that back. Estarossa is definitely dead, along with the assault melee. You see, this is the teams I absolutely love using, those real OP one-turn ones. That's why Ludo to me is just such an amazing unit, man. Or at least giving us a new rendition of Ludociel. Maybe even when we get the new Mael, make him an exact replica of this Ludociel, but with better cards. Maybe even a slightly better passive? I don't know, because this character is just so much fun. And a final opponent, another Goddess team, and using the Sariel costume once again. It's good to see, because I feel like through the entirety of last week, I didn't see any of this team. It was all Barns, occasional demon teams, and very, very rare we had the Brunhilde teams, which I was talking about previously. Either people using the Ludociel or the Diane. The Diane, very, very underrated. I've seen some really high CC players using her. She can hit extremely hard, and I'm not too sure if people would be using her still on the HP defense, or whether or not they're using her on attack crit, because at that high up, some of those wells have such insurmountable CC. We'll do one more match. But they have such good CC that it's really hard to tell what kind of gear they're using on what characters. Another demon team, and using the ominous Nebula Zeldris. Such a letdown character, man. If you had Echidna's kit, would be so perfect. I'd probably end up using him heaps, but I still feel like even then, if Echidna was to fit perfectly in the demon team, at this point I'm really, really enjoying using that Chandler. God damn, that damage is so impressive, man. Ludo's such a good unit. And I have also seen people using the Merlin with Hendrickson and the Estarossa. definitely gonna have to try that team out for myself because that looks like a whole lot of fun, and Esteros is still definitely one of my favorite characters as well. And there we go, that about does it for today's video. Going to quickly have a look at the character, and since this is one of the first Merlin showcase I've done, or I should say the first Merlin showcase I've done, we will go ahead and run over her kit real quickly. First card here inflicts damage equal to 180% of attack on all enemies and depletes 2 ultimate move gauge orbs at the end of enemy's turn for 2 turns. Second card here inflicts elemental explosion damage equal to 325% of attack on all enemies. The ultimate here applies 1 random element effect without duplicates to all enemies, then deals elemental explosion damage equal to 350% of attack. Passive, which is where we really get into things, definitely the biggest passive to date. I'm trying to think of who has one close to this. I believe it's the Festival Diancie also has one near this, but definitely not this bad. Applies 1 random element on an enemy unaffected by elements at the start of ally's turn, then increases all of the hero stats by 7% for each element on the enemy. When an ally uses skill on enemy affected by an element, applies the same additional elemental effect for 3 turns before the skill activates. At 4 elemental effect stacks, removes the element and element effects after skill activation, then applies the corresponding debuff effect for the elements for 1 turn. And then these are all the elements in their coinciding debuffs. The ultimate here, of course, like we said earlier, unfortunately only 1/6. We're really hoping she comes back on event sometime soon, because I'd absolutely love to get some dupes for that one, because I mean, ultimate definitely doesn't seem too half bad. The gear for her, we are using the attack crit set. Might need to hammer out some of those rolls. The defense isn't the greatest, but feel bad using hammers. And then cosmetics, we're definitely going to have them maxed out, hopefully by the next showcase or maybe the one after. But once again, that about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please hit like and subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.